At a point in time, we felt that we've spoken too much on TV, spoken too much on radio, so we felt that there's a need, to have a forum where we convey members of the National Assembly, and states and local government, as long as anything that has to do with the legislature. So we decided that there's going to be a platform where we call the National Legislative Conference, where we bring in major stakeholders, parliament, parliamentarians, stakeholders, the media, members of the civil society, to come on a burning issue, that affects Nigerians. Because us, in our foundation, what is most important to us, is the welfare of Nigerians, the unity of Nigerians. Whatever that will make Nigerians happy is what we are more concerned about. So there's a need, to have a forum where we convey members of the National Assembly, and states and local government, as long as anything that has to do with the legislature. So we decided that there's going to be a platform where we call the National Legislative Conference, where we bring in major stakeholders, parliament, parliamentarians, stakeholders, the media, members of the civil society, to come on a burning issue, that affects Nigerians. Because us, in our foundation, what is most important to us, is the welfare of Nigerians, the unity of Nigerians. Whatever that will make Nigerians happy is what we are more concerned about. So this is supposed to be the seventh edition, but last year, because there was a new government, so we needed to study it and probably see, where we can, push it from. Well, basically, what we hope to achieve with it is what every Nigerian, hopes to, achieve with anything that is good, because the federal government has come up to tell us that CNG, that's compressed natural gas, is now an alternative fuel. So we sat down as an organization, dissected it, analyzed it, and we looked at it from a different point of view. We said, look, government has come to say that CNG is an alternative fuel. But unfortunately for us, most people don't even know about the CNG, and to us, we feel that even the CNG policy only exists in Abuja and Lagos. When you get to the grassroots, nobody knows about the CNG. All right, so we felt that there should be a forum like this where we will sit down and look at it very holistically and, prefer solutions to it, and also look at the legislative framework, because it's not just coming up to a policy doesn't just happen by just a word of mouth. There must be some level of policy documents, all right? There will be some kind of a regulatory framework, that will make it happen, that will make it work, and all of that. So when you look at it, we invited them. We invited the CNG people. They wrote us and told us that they have an event today. Most of the people who are supposed to even give the experts, who are supposed to even look at it very critically and give us, a headway or a pathway, wherein except the legislators, who came to say, look, this is not the way to go. Yeah, CNG. And secondly, we also use this platform to launch an advocacy. And what's the advocacy? If CNG is an alternative fuel in Nigeria presently, then members of the National Assembly should be able to marry it. Marry it in the sense that they should be able to go back to their federal constituency and senatorial districts. We are advocating that each lawmaker in Nigeria should go back to his federal constituency and establish a CNG conversion center. Even if it's 3-3 at each federal constituency and senatorial district. In doing that, it will trickle down to the constituency, it will trickle down to the constituents, and all of that. That's the advocacy that we use this platform to launch today. And I can tell you, this platform doesn't end today. From next week Monday, we have written to the Senate President, we have written to the Speaker, we have written to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to say that we want to have a one-on-one conversation with him to see how we can also help them. Because in terms of government enlightenment and all of that, is zero. So that's why we invited the DGNOA, and the DGNOA sent his director, who said he said he's not around, he couldn't make it, sent his director to come and also give us their own, because we feel that NOA is not even doing enough. Those who are saddled with that responsibility of disseminating the information on the CNG are not even doing enough. So we intend to work with them. We intend to, so that, because, like I said earlier, the welfare of Nigerians is non-negotiable. Yes, it's non-negotiable. So that's why that's one of the things that we hope to achieve with this conference today.
Good afternoon.
Yes, for the sake of our audience, let's meet you by your name again.
My name is Naya Baribe. I'm the chairman of the Senate Committee on Power.
Yeah.
So I think that it is in that light that I was invited to this conference on looking for a pathway and the best way for us to use CNG in Nigeria.
Yeah, there's no doubt you're already on the journey or on the road to energy mix, alternative energy sources. It seems that the concerns inherent not well addressed.
I do not agree with you by saying they're not well addressed. In what sense? The point is that there is a policy, and what you do is implement that policy. And those of us in the legislature, we, just like I said in my remarks in this place, we essentially have two things that we should do. We must look at how does that policy impact on our people? What is the safety concerns that our people have, which we must have to address? And what are all those things that impinge on the cost of moving to CNG? Because there's a cost component. So if you want somebody that is using a small vehicle and you want him to use CNG, definitely, of course, CNG is cheaper. But then it's costly to get both the tank and the conversion into the vehicles. And so those are the things that we're looking at. And how do we make it easier for the people? What are the policies that we have in place? And that is what we are interrogating. And I think part of this conference is to interrogate those issues. Yeah, but I'm here because of the people who brought me here are the people of Abia South Senatorial District, and they voted for me. I wasn't handpicked by anybody, so I'm not beholden to any person except for the people who sent me to this place. And what I do is articulate their views. I want to articulate their fears. I want to articulate what they actually feel. Democracy entails that even if we are going in any direction, if there is a need for us to course correct, we must do so. That is what we are here for. And if democracy means for the people and by the people, there must be some of those who are going to tell everybody that this is what the people want, and that's exactly what I do.
Basically, Traya is a satellite communication company that delivers connectivity and voice using satellite communication. And today, if you look at the challenges we're having, most especially with the terrestrial network, it has to do with the infrastructure, and it also has to do with the enhancement and connectivity costs. And that's the reason why today we identify West Africa and Nigeria markets to ease those costs and to ease and enhance those connectivity for customers here in Nigeria and Africa. Okay, in fact, I think indirectly they are, let's say, sisters and brothers, if I can use that word, because to enhance security using CNG, you also need communication to do that. And that communication can only come in when you have a satellite signal and satellite communication, being that when you have a network that is being delivered using the satellite, you did not have a bridge or a gap anywhere you have within a parameter. So today, for instance, the whole of Nigeria using the satellite communication is covered 150%. For that, if you have CNG today, even one of the, I think presenter was complaining about incidences. When you have that sort of incidences and you have satellite communication, even if it's in the forest, in the rural area, you can easily communicate to the closest center that can have an assistant or a help to you. So that's one of the strategy, and that's one of the work together for them. Yeah.
Thank you for watching BMC TV. Please watch, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.